Hello, good day viewers. I welcome you all to this mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, we are still answering questions based on Modulus functions. So the question reads, find the ranges of the values of x for which, so we have the modulus there, which is this one right here. The modulus of 2x squared minus 1 is equal to x. So in this question, you should find the ranges of values of x. Okay. Now, how can we find the ranges of values of x? First thing, we look at what you have been given. So this is the modulus of 2x squared minus 1. So this should always hold, or should be true, if here on the right hand side it gives us a positive what value. Okay, so let's look at how we can answer it. Alright, so the first step that you are going to do is, we have the modulus of 2x squared minus 1 is equal to x. What you are going to do is, we are going to, for this one, we know that it's true. It can either be x greater than or equal to 0. You can also have x less than 0. So this one is for the positive value of x. This one for the negative value of x. Now, in this case, we are going to write this one using the positive value of x. We are going to say 2x squared minus 1 is equal to x. Okay, or we can say 2x squared minus 1 will be equal to a negative x. I hope it's clear here. So what I've done here on the right hand side here, we have just removed the modulus here by introducing a negative. So there was a negative here, and here there was no negative, so we divided throughout with a negative, which cancelled on the left hand side, and here we have a negative x. So what you are going to do is, we can start by solving the left hand side, and then we come to the right hand side. So when you look at the left hand side here, we can write it like this. We can have 2x squared. So this is a positive x. It's going to be a negative x, then minus 1 equal to 0. We have remained with a 0 here. Now we have 2x squared minus x minus 1 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. We can solve it using a factorization method. So we can factor out here. We can notice that the coefficient of x squared is a 2, and here we have a negative 1. So we can come up with the product and the sum. So the product here will be 2 times the negative 1. It will be a negative 2. The sum, we just get the coefficient of this x here on the middle, which will be a negative 1. So we need to come up with two numbers, two factors, such that when we multiply them, we are going to get negative 2. When we add them, we are going to get a negative 1. So those two numbers are, if you get 1 times negative 2, okay, you are going to get a negative 2. Again, 1 plus negative 2, you are going to get a negative 1. So you can say that these two factors, they are giving us the product and the sum. So the same two factors, we are just going to substitute them on the middle here. We'll maintain 2x squared and negative 1. We are going to write 2x squared. Then here we have x. Here there is 1, here there is negative 2. So this is x, this is negative 2x. So you can start with negative 2x, then positive x. We have just substituted here on the middle. Then you write minus 1 is equal to 0. So the terms are 1, 2, 3, 4. You can enclose them in brackets like this. Then after enclosing them in brackets, you can factorize. What is common in the first bracket? There is a 2, there is a 2 here, 2. What is common in terms of the letters? X is common, open bracket, 2 and 2, it's a 1, x into x squared, you remain with x, minus 2x into 2x, it's a 1, we close, plus, here we have x minus 1. So what is common here? It will be a 1. Open bracket, 1 into x, we remain with x. Positive times negative, it's a negative. 1 into 1, it's a 1. We close like this, equal to 0. From this stage, we have x minus 1, x minus 1. We can just pick 1, x minus 1 in brackets. Again, we pick 2x plus 1, like this, equal to 0. So we can equate x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So for this one to be x is equal to 1, or this one, we can take the positive 1 to the right hand side. We have 2x is equal to a negative 1. Then here, we are going to say x is equal to 1, or we want to find the value of x, so we divide by 2. This and this will cancel. X is equal to negative half. We have found x is equal to 1, or x is equal to negative half. Then let's work out the other one, which is this one on top here, which is on the right hand side. So we do the same. We write 2x squared. This is a negative x. It will be a plus x, then minus 1 equal to 0. Again, it has also become a quadratic equation. We find the product and the sum. So the product here, 2 times negative 1, it's a negative 2. Okay? This 2 times negative 1, it's a negative 2. What is the sum here? The coefficient of this x on the middle is a plus. So the sum will be just a 1. Then we look for two numbers such that when we multiply them, we are going to get negative 2. When we add them, we are going to get a 1. So those two numbers are 2. If you multiply 2 times a negative 1, you get a negative 2, which is this one. Again, this 2 plus this negative 1 right here, you get a 1, which is this one. So we are going to use positive 2 and negative 1 to substitute on plus x here. You maintain 2x squared. So we are going to get a positive 2. So this will be a positive 2x because we are dealing with a variable x. Then this is a negative 1, which will be a minus x here. Then minus this one here equal to 0. So we can enclose them in brackets like this. We factor out what is common. We have 2 and x. That is what we are going to factor out. Open brackets. 2 and 2, it's a 1. X into x squared, it's x. Plus 2x into 2x, it's a 1. Minus, we have x minus 1. So what is common here? It will be a 1. Then 1 into x, it's x. Negative times negative, it's a positive. 1 into 1, it's a 1. Equal to 0. So what are we going to do? These two are common. Just pick one, which is x plus 1. Again, 2x minus 1. We equate to 0. Then from this stage, we can do this. We can write x plus 1 equal to this 0, or 2x minus 1 equal to 0. So we can solve for x is equal to negative 1. When this positive 1 goes to the right hand side where there is a 0, it will be a minus. Or this negative 1 go that side, you remain with 2x is equal to a 1. So we can divide by 2, even if we divide by 2. This and this will cancel. X is equal to 1 over 2. Or the first one, x is equal to negative 1. Or x is equal to 1 over 2. Now, you can notice that we have these values. The first one, we said x is equal to 1. Or x is equal to negative 1 over 2. The second one, I found x is equal to negative 1. Or x is equal to 1 over 2. Now, let's see which one is going to be our correct answer. When you look at this modulus function, we have 2x squared minus 1 equal to x. Remember what I said? The purpose of the absolute value or the modulus function is to give us a positive value right here. Now, where there is this x and you get these negative values that you have found, there is this negative half and there is this negative 1. So this one and this one, they are not going to be true. They are not going to be considered because the absolute value there is to say it's a negative half or a negative 1, which is not true. So the values that we are going to focus on, it's x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, when you look at the fact that x is greater or equal to 0, we just consider this and this. So I can say therefore x is equal to this one, or x is equal to 1 over 2. Just get these two positive values. So these are the answers. I hope it's clear. If you have any question or any contribution, you are free to leave it in the comment section. I'll be able to respond to you. So we have come to the end of our short presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.